In October 1774, as tensions with Britain reached a breaking point, colonial leaders gathered in Philadelphia. They had no intention of rebellion, yet. Instead, they hoped to make their voices heard through a powerful statement, one that would echo across the colonies and reach the ears of King George III himself. This statement became known as the Declaration and Resolves. Drafted by the First Continental Congress, it was a formal declaration of the colonies' rights and a list of grievances against the British government. But it wasn't just a letter of complaints. It was a foundational moment, signaling that the colonies were united in their opposition to British oppression. The document outlined 3 key principles: the right to life, liberty, and property, the right to representation in lawmaking, and the insistence on trial by jury. These were not just arbitrary complaints. They were principles the colonists believed were their rights as British subjects. It was a reminder that the colonies, though far from England, were made up of individuals who expected fair treatment and respect under British law. The Declaration also boldly listed specific grievances. It condemned the Intolerable Acts, which restricted town meetings, quartered British soldiers in American homes, and closed the Boston port. To the colonists, these measures were not only unjust, but oppressive. By listing these grievances, the Declaration and Resolves became a tool to rally public support, stirring a sense of shared outrage across the colonies. Perhaps most importantly, the Declaration was a call to unity. It was an invitation for all colonies to stand together, resist British control, and insist on their rights. The Congress encouraged colonies to cease trade with Britain until their grievances were addressed. This was a bold stance, but it showed that the colonies were willing to make sacrifices for their principles and for a future where they would be free to govern themselves. The Declaration and Resolves of 1774 may not have declared independence, but it marked the beginning of a unified colonial resistance. It set the stage for what was to come, giving colonists a common cause and a shared sense of purpose. And though they couldn't have known it then, this declaration was one of the first steps toward the fight for freedom that lay ahead. The First Continental Congress. The Declaration and Resolves of 1774. A pivotal moment in American history.